they rely on their sense of smell to find things to get around.
And of course, if I walked on all fours too, and I was kind of wondering what was, on the other side of the grass, I probably would stand up and take a look as well. So I don't think that's necessarily an indication that they don't see very well. They probably just want to see something better, and by standing up, you can do that. Well, and coming down to the falls right now, standing on the rock, is another young adult male here. He's actually getting to that age where we can almost call him a mature adult male, and maybe we should start calling him that. And this is number 89 Backpack. Another bear raised along the river here. It's one of the few bears that was fairly recognizable as a subadult bear. One of those bears that's independent of their parents but not quite fully mature. So he's 10 years old, about this year, from a 2006 litter.
Pretty interesting to see just how close he's willing to get to his body. Of course, he's giving him space.
Yeah, he kind of came over to the log. I'm not sure if he would have come, much closer than that.
Right. I've seen other bears totally just avoid the falls altogether.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think from what I've seen, it seems more habituated to other bears, more habituated to people than some other bears.
That he got when he was with his mother. His mother, 435 Holly, is very tolerant of other bears generally, fairly habituated to the presence of people too. So it looks like he might make his way down to the riffles. He's also fairly familiar. We've seen him play with 274, who's also down there. So they may just avoid one another. They may play, 89 may displace 274, vice versa. Or they may just ignore one another. You never know.
Right. We're kind of in the beginning of the season here where bears are still feeling each other out. They've 6 months, had all their private time, and now they're all forced together in this small area. They've got to kind of just work it out and come up with
because they are feeling each other out. The hierarchy is just, still kind of shuffling. You see bears like 89 who's growing each year. He's walking up to this female. I don't know if she's also showing signs of estrus. Maybe so. So yeah, the mating season, the peak of the mating season here in Katmai is June, and it continues throughout much of July. And we'll see. I don't. Downriver and out of sight. If he does, that's kind of classic courting behavior. Male bear will just follow a female until she's at a point in her estrus cycle where she's receptive to mating and also receptive to the close proximity of that male bear. So this is definitely a time of the year not only where we get to see a lot of the very interesting competition that happens between individual bears, but also the competition that leads to successful reproduction. This is also the time of the year where they're getting really their first high energy meals since last October when they went to their dens. They've been losing weight up until this point in time, so we're seeing a lot of behaviors that equate to not only how they compete with one another, but also that equal reproductive survival and just survival of individuals overall. And that female down there, I'm not really sure of her identity. Doesn't really seem to be a familiar bear to me. Might be familiar with the falls, but each year that happens. There's bears that show up and I have to relearn who it is, or it could be just a completely new bear.
And they do change quite a bit from year to year as they grow older and through the season they shed. They develop different scars each year. So we're constantly having to find